What are the potential risks that could impact the success of PulseChain and PulseX? Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Pulse, and in this video, we'll be discussing the possible existential risks associated with PulseChain and PulseX crypto. For those who may not be familiar, PulseChain is a new blockchain project founded by Richard Hart, which aims to provide high-speed and low-cost transactions for users. PulseX is a decentralized exchange built on the PulseChain network that allows users to trade various cryptocurrencies. As someone who has been holding and staking PLS and PLSX for a while, we are excited about the potential of these projects. However, as with any investment, it's important to consider the possible risks involved. So, in today's video, we'll also be exploring the potential existential risks that could impact the success of PulseChain and PulseX. But before going further, it's important to know that this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. So make sure to do your own research. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with our latest videos. Now, let's get started. Risk number one is the leadership. One of the biggest risks associated with PulseChain PulseX is the possibility of Richard Hart's death or disappearance. Yes, it's a little weird to think about that, but it can happen. Richard Hart is the founder of the whole ecosystem and is widely regarded as their driving force. He has been instrumental in the development of the projects, their marketing, and their community building efforts. If Richard Hart were to pass away or disappear, it could have a significant impact on both projects and their communities. In the case of PulseChain, Richard Hart is the architect of the project's technical design and has a deep understanding of the underlying code. His absence could result in delays or technical challenges in the project's development, which could negatively impact its roadmap and performance. Furthermore, the project's marketing and community building efforts could suffer without Richard Hart's leadership and guidance. Similarly, PulseX could be negatively affected if Richard Hart were to pass away or disappear. As the CEO of the project, Richard Hart is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the exchange and the development of its technology. His absence could lead to delays in the rollout of new features or technical challenges that could impact the exchange's performance. Moreover, there's a risk associated with the OA address tokens. The OA, or original address tokens, are a set of tokens that are held by the original address that created the PulseChain smart contract. Richard Hart has stated that he has no control over these tokens and that they are not his personal property. However, in the event of his death or disappearance, an estate battle could ensue over these tokens, which could result in uncertainty for the project and its community. So, while Richard Hart's leadership has been crucial in the development of PulseChain and PulseX, his absence could pose significant risks to both projects. Risk number two is legal risks involved. While the death or disappearance of Richard Hart could have significant implications for the Pulse project, there are also legal risks that could threaten its future. One of the major legal risks associated with PulseChain and PulseX is the possibility of regulatory intervention. Specifically, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, or other regulatory bodies could come after Richard Hart and the project, potentially claiming that the issuance and sale of PLS and PLSX tokens constitute the offering of unregistered securities. If the SECs were to take legal action against PulseChain and PulseX, it could have serious implications for the value of PLS and PLSX. The market might panic, leading to a bank run scenario where investors try to sell their tokens as quickly as possible, causing their value to plummet. This could make it difficult for the project to continue operating, as it would no longer have the financial backing needed to sustain itself, just like what happened to the SVB recently. Furthermore, legal battles can be costly and time-consuming, draining valuable resources from the project and hindering its ability to innovate and grow. So, it's important for investors to understand the legal risks associated with PulseChain and PulseX and to consider how they would react in the event of regulatory intervention. And that's not the worst part. Make sure to like and share this video before we move to discover the next risk. And also follow us on Twitter for faster updates. Now, risk number three is the game theory exploit risk. As we've discussed, the legal risks associated with PulseChain and PulseX could be significant. However, another set of risks that could impact the project's success and value are game theory exploit risks. Let's explore these risks in more detail. While Richard Hart is a game theory master, there's always a possibility that someone could outgame him and figure out a way to exploit the system. For instance, there could be a potential bot that undermines the value proposition of the project. This could lead to a massive sell-off of PLS and PLSX tokens and could ultimately jeopardize the project's success. Moreover, there are potential risks associated with the AMM fixer, the PulseX buy and burn functionality, and the ratio trading in the first 48 hours. These features could potentially be exploited in a way that undermines the value proposition and leads to a panic sell-off. There are several possible attack vectors that could impact the project's success. For instance, an attacker could exploit the ratio trading feature to sell a massive amount of tokens at a lower price. This could lead to a massive sell-off and cause the price of PLS and PLSX to drop significantly. So, while PulseChain and PulseX have enormous potential, it's essential to understand and address the potential risks associated with the project. Now, let's move on to another set of risks associated with PulseChain and PulseX. Risk number 4 is on-off ramps and altcoins risks. On-off ramps are essential for any cryptocurrency to have a healthy and thriving ecosystem. Without them, it becomes challenging to move funds in and out of the project, which can lead to a slow bleed out of altcoins. The risk of on-off ramps being damaged can't be overstated. For example, if a critical on-off ramp such as Coinbase was to be compromised or experience a significant outage, it could lead to a significant loss of confidence in the project and potentially damage its long-term viability. Another potential risk is choke point 2.0, which refers to the possibility of regulators targeting on off-ramps and exchanges to restrict cryptocurrency usage. If this were to happen, it would not only affect PulseChain and PulseX, but it could also impact the broader cryptocurrency market. Furthermore, stablecoins such as Tether and USDC have been in the spotlight recently, with regulators scrutinizing their backing and potentially posing a threat to their existence. This poses a risk to the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem, as stablecoins are a crucial one-off ramp for many users. Overall, it's crucial to keep an eye on the potential risks associated with on-off ramps and altcoins, as they could have a significant impact on PulseChain and PulseX, as well as the broader cryptocurrency market. Risk number 5 is the PulseChain long-term adoption. The long-term adoption of PulseChain and PulseX is another potential risk that should be considered. While the project has gained a lot of traction in the crypto community, it's not clear how successful it will be in the long run. There are several factors that could affect the adoption of PulseChain and PulseX. For example, the emergence of competing projects could draw attention away from PulseChain and make it harder for the project to gain new users. Similarly, changes in the crypto market or regulatory environment could make it more difficult for PulseChain to attract and retain users. Another factor to consider is the potential impact of PulseChain on the wider crypto ecosystem. While PulseChain and PulseX have been designed to address some of the limitations of existing blockchain platforms, it's not clear whether they will be able to achieve widespread adoption. If PulseChain and PulseX are not widely adopted, this could limit their impact on the wider crypto market. To mitigate these risks, it's important for the PulseChain team to continue to innovate and improve the platform and to engage with the broader crypto community to build support for the project. Additionally, it may be important to develop partnerships and collaborations with other blockchain projects to expand the reach and impact of PulseChain. So, these are the significant risks that PulseChain and PulseX could face. It's important to note that while these risks are present, they do not necessarily mean that PulseChain and PulseX are doomed to fail. However, it is crucial to consider these risks and check our biases as investors and stakeholders. We believe that PulseChain and PulseX have great potential, but it's essential to stay vigilant and aware of these potential risks. As the cryptocurrency space continues to evolve, new risks and challenges may arise, and it's up to us to stay informed and adapt accordingly. We hope this video has provided some valuable insights into the risks and potential challenges facing PulseChain and PulseX. That's all for today's video. If you're excited about the potential of PulseX and want to stay updated on the latest developments, make sure to subscribe to our channel for informative content. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Join us on this journey and stay up to date on all things PulseChain. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.